So after Naoya Inoue dismantled MJ Akhmadaliev, the WBA challenger, he caught Junto Nakatani trying to sneak up out the door. And he said, hey man, one more fight and then Junto Nakatani, to which the crowd erupted. And I'm cool with that, you know, but I don't really care for Romero being next. I mean, I've always prioritized quality over quantity, but as long as Junto Nakatani's in the mix, I'm down for it.
Hello guys, this is Rolly Romero.
Yo, my name is Nonito Donaire. What's up guys, Designer's Eyes.
We're here with Bob Santos Boxing.
And I rock with Dr. Boxing Talk.
I want to give a quick shout out to Dr. Boxing Talk.
And I want to give a big shout out to Dr. Boxing Talk. Thank you for all the love, thank you for all the support.
You're rocking with Dr. Boxing Talk. Get your daily news from my man right here, the best in the business. Let's get it, baby.
All day, baby.
Amen.
Bam!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you'll say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Talk family? Welcome back to your favorite boxing news channel, Dr. Boxing Talk. We are back for another YouTube video. Banger, man. Yes, sir. Yes, man. I don't know what time it is. A doctor's in the house, man. So check this out. But before we get to it, let's go ahead and smack that like button. Let's do it together. Appreciate you. That helps us to keep going and growing on this YouTube platform. So, Naoya Inoue. Wait, hold on. Before we get to that, man, let's go to the co-main. Yoshiki Takei versus Christian Medina. Yoshiki Takei was upset, man. He got dropped in the first round and basically pounded on, you know, and pounded out in the fourth, man. So shout out to the new WBO Bantamweight champion at 118, Christian Medina. I wanted to show him some love because they had me up early in the morning while you're yawning, and I was already tired from watching the other fights with Paddy Donovan and Lewis Crocker in England, and then went down to Vegas for Budrick, you know what I'm saying, Terrence Bud Crawford and Saul Canelo Alvarez, and then I stayed up in the morning for the Japanese fight. So, you know, the fights in Japan. So I gotta talk about it, you know. But the main event, you know, the main course of this video is Naoya Inoue, the undisputed champion at 122, you know, 2 times undisputed, Super Bantamweight, you know, defended his titles against MJ Akhmadaliev, finally. And the reason why I say finally is because regardless of where your allegiances align, I mean, MJ Akhmadaliev should have had his opportunity. I mean, that's according to the WBA rules by President Gilberto Mendoza. I mean, I'm not making this up, right? You know, MJ Akhmadaliev would deserve the shot, you know, according to the rule book, since he beat Kevin Gonzalez. You know, and that would be before Naoya Inoue fought Louis Nery. Go look it up, man. It's right there for you. Look at the timelines, you know. Yes, MJ Akhmadaliev lost a split decision to Marlon Tapales, but, you know, he bounced back. And when you bounce back, and according to the rule book, wherever you are, whatever position you earn through merit, you deserve opportunity. So when I see people that are goofy and stupid, simple and slow say things like, oh, Naoya Inoue beat MJ Akhmadaliev, so much for ducking. No, when you don't fight somebody when you're ordered to or you're supposed to, according to the rules, then that means you were ducking them. Ducking doesn't mean that you're going to lose. I had Naoya Inoue going into this fight. I thought he was going to beat him. I thought he was going to actually stop MJ Akhmadaliev by round 9. I was wrong by that, but I did pick the right winner. But just because you decide to fight somebody when you want to fight him, that doesn't mean up until that point you weren't evading him. He was ignoring Akhmadaliev. That doesn't mean that he was scared of him. That doesn't mean that he would lose to him. But that does mean that he thought, for whatever reason, him and his team, they didn't think he was worth the effort. You know what I'm saying? The risk didn't match the reward. That's all it is. I'll give you another example. One of my favorite fighters, Gervonta Tank Davis. I think he should fight Lamont Roach again with the WBA, right? They said that they were pursuing a rematch, but Gervonta Tank Davis was granted the flexibility to go fight Jake Paul. I would prefer the rematch, but he's not taking the rematch, and that's okay. But that means that until he takes the rematch with Lamont Roach, he's effectively evading him or ducking him. Yeah. I think if Gervonta Tank Davis fights Lamont Roach, he'll beat him. You know what I'm saying? If they fight a rematch, I think he'll beat him. But until he does that, he's ducking him.
You dumbass.
So let's not manipulate definitions because who we like or who we dislike. You know what I'm saying? Naoya Inoue was refusing to fight MJ Akhmadaliev, so he was ducking him, you know what I'm saying? But now he beat him. I do also think that while I salute Naoya Inoue for this victory, I thought he did a great job, a fantastic job, you know. But I wish that MJ Akhmadaliev, I do wish he would have fought with a little bit more intensity and more fervor throughout. But I've seen people saying that, oh, this was an easy fight for Naoya Inoue. No, Naoya Inoue said himself that he had to decide to fight smart because MJ Akhmadaliev is a dangerous fighter. Case in point, he wobbled Naoya Inoue in the 12th and final round.
Akhmadaliev knows he needs a knockout, but he's still playing defense. He wobbled him there.
Oh my goodness, he found the shot.
Now, I wish he would have got to it earlier, but you have to understand too, MJ Akhmadaliev was hesitant because Naoya Inoue is a beast. The monster Inoue is a monster. Like I said, he's top 3 pound for pound. Bud, Usyk, and Inoue. So you have to approach him with a little bit more strategy, a little bit more tact, a little bit more of a game plan. You know, you can't just go out there recklessly. But I wish he would have taken more chances. But the fact that he didn't get knocked out, you know what's so crazy about that? People will say, oh, he didn't try hard enough or whatever it is. Bro, y'all got to respect these fighters, man. MJ Akhmadaliev definitely tried. He knew he couldn't approach it recklessly because if he did, he probably would have got knocked out. But if he would have approached it recklessly and he would have got knocked out early, y'all would also say that MJ Akhmadaliev is trash because he got knocked out early.
Know your fucking place, trash.
But then he went to decision with a guy who's arguably the top 3 pound for pound fighter in the world right now. And then y'all say that, oh, he was disappointing. Man, just be honest with yourself, man. When you're infatuated with somebody else, there's nothing that you, in your eyes, that they could do wrong. They're infallible. And then anybody that opposes them, even if that's the name of the sport, you just not with them. You think that they're garbage or everything they do is negative, man. Shout out to MJ Akhmadaliev. I thought that he fought a pretty decent fight. I thought he had a decent performance. I think Naoya Inoue was just better, bro, because he's better. Shout out to Naoya Inoue, man. Like I said, top 3 pound for pound, man. I think Naoya Inoue is one of the best in the world. And I was elated when he called out Junto Nakatani because, you know, I've already released this information in prior videos, but, you know, he just solidified it and reiterated that he's looking to fight Junto Nakatani. And the rumors are that Junto Nakatani will be Naoya Inoue's co-main during Junto's debut at Super Bantamweight, you know, with an opponent yet to be determined. But Naoya Inoue will be fighting Alan David Picasso Romero, you know, say the Mexican contender. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't really care for this fight. But once again, as long as it's leading up to Junto Nakatani, I could care less if Naoya Inoue fights or he doesn't fight or he fights his next door neighbor's little brother or his own little brother, Takuma Inoue, or his cousin Koki Inoue. It doesn't matter to me. Or his father Shingo Inoue. I don't care who he fights. He could fight Bob Arum. As long as he's about to fight Junto in the near future, I'm cool with it. You know, say good Lord willing, we live to see it. So shout out to Naoya Inoue, man. He put on a great performance, but I just don't like what I'm seeing about MJ Akhmadaliev being dogged. Like he didn't go out there and try and give effort. Man, I thought he tried. I thought he had a decent performance. Like I said, he even wobbled Naoya Inoue in the 12th and final round, but it was just too late. And Naoya Inoue was too good. There's no shame in losing to the best. You know, just like Canelo Alvarez, he lost to Bud. There's no shame in that. When Errol Spence lost to Bud, there's no shame in that. When Daniel Dubois lost to Usyk, there's no shame in that. How could we shame fighters for losing to other fighters that we consider as the best fighters of this current generation or this current era, you know, or this current iteration of fighters in their respective division? It's just very contradictory and simplistic, and be honest with you, it's idiotic. I'm gonna be honest, you know. So shout out to MJ Akhmadaliev, shout out to Junto Nakatani, and shout out to Naoya Inoue, man. Bigger shout out to Naoya Inoue. I'm glad everybody was safe, and we'll see what Naoya Inoue does. I think he's gonna run through Alan David Picasso Romero. And the reason why, you know, I know a lot of people are happy that he's fighting again. I love to see fighters fight. So I like when I see fighters fight at a high frequency because you get to see him. So as long as Naoya Inoue is fighting, I'm happy, just like with any other fighter. However, let's be honest, you know, when people are hard on MJ Akhmadaliev, well, if you include David Alan Picasso Romero, if we include him, you know, he's about to fight him in December, good Lord willing. Well, his last 5 opponents, MJ Akhmadaliev has clearly been the best. I always prioritize quality over quantity all day. So his last 5 opponents, if you include his next one in Romero, would be, like I said, Alan David Picasso Romero. He just fought MJ Akhmadaliev. Before that, he fought Ramon Cardenas. Before that, he fought Yi Ju Kim. And before that, he fought TJ Doheny. There's only one quality opponent in that handful of fighters, and that is undoubtedly MJ Akhmadaliev. So, you know what I'm saying? So I love this MJ Akhmadaliev fight. Big salute to Naoya Inoue for handling the business. And I'm looking forward to seeing him fight, like I said, Junto Nakatani. Romero, no disrespect to him, but I seen like 4 of his fights. I really thought that he escaped by the skin of his teeth. I thought it was a robbery with Hovanesian. I thought he lost that fight. His last fight wasn't that impressive either. So I just think this will be a walk in the park. But as long as he leads to Junto Nakatani, I'm happy, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Where do you think Naoya Inoue sits as far as legendary status goes? I think he's top 3, man. Like I said, is Bud, you know, clearly number 1 with 3 times undisputed. I think Usyk is up there, and I think Bud is up. I mean, Inoue's up there, top 3, man. Shout out to them. Hey, the monster did his thing, man, early in the morning while you're yawning in Japan. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Don't forget to smack that like button. And most importantly, remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.